Hey, good morning. How's it going? All right, let's get started. Dorothy had some questions. The first couple questions are on substitution. The rest of them are on order of operations. You kind of have to know how to do order of operations in order to do substitution, but whatever, we're going to do them in the order they're in. So let's get to work. We're going to say 5. We'll plug it in -1 for x and -6 for y. Put them inside parentheses, especially because they're negative numbers. I know it seems like kind of a hassle, man, but you'll see here, you got a lot of double negatives. The first thing I would do is if you see those double negatives that you can kind of turn them into positives, like a minus -6 and a minus -6 really means +6, but I guess we'll get to that in a second. Well, your order of operations says, what? You kind of start with parentheses and work your way out, right? So now we're inside parentheses. We're going to work our multiplication. 2 times -1 is going to be -2. And now we can move to the right. -6 really means +6. I'll do it here as 2 separate steps. You can really do this part at the same time because they have no influence on one another. What you'll see kind of the more you do this is, since your order of operations and addition and subtraction are always the last thing, this is kind of like your final frontier. So like you can always do this side and this side because you know you're not going to do any addition and subtraction until the last step. Over here I'll do them as two separate steps, but just so you know you can do those two things at once. Okay, your next thing should be simplify what's inside parentheses. So it's 5. -2 plus 6 is going to be 4 minus -6. Okay, the next thing you should be doing is multiplying. 5 times 4, right? No symbol means multiply. 5 times 4 is 20 minus -6, and 20 plus 6, right? Minus negative means plus, and so your answer should be 26. But this, what I'm saying is that since this doesn't get done, this last minus -6 really doesn't get altered until the end, because subtraction or addition, in this case, what you turn it to, is your last step. You can kind of do that, you know, right from the get-go up here. So once you get more comfortable with it, please do that. Make this a 5-step problem or 6-step problem into a 3-step problem. Okay, same thing here. We're going to do some substitution. Let's say 3 squared minus 4 times 3 times -3 minus 4 times -3 squared. Be careful with this, okay? Super duper careful. Remember, things we talked about, -3 squared is -3. -3 squared is positive. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I did the actual multiplication part right. -9 and +9. So please be careful with that. Watch your sign, especially if you're using a calculator. It's very easy to do this when you mean this. Remember, this is negative. This one is -3 times -3. This one is 3 times 3 times -1. So please be careful with that. Okay. So we'll start with the exponents. Again, because we have some subtraction here and some subtraction here, you can do this part over here and this part over here at the same time. It's really not going to have any effect. In fact, you really could do this part, and this part all in the same step, because again, your subtraction won't happen until you've done all 3 of those things. So, but anyway, let's keep it simple. This is 9 minus 4 times 3 times -3 minus 4 times, well, -3 times -3 is going to be +9, right? Okay, now we're moving along. We're doing our multiplication. Again, here, 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times -3 is going to be 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times -3 is going to be -36. And -4 and minus 4 times 9, which is also 56. Okay, so this is 9 plus 36 minus 36. Well, that's just 9. So I took 9, add 36, and subtract 36 just to get right back to where I started. Alrighty. Again, once you feel more comfortable with this, again, you could say this is really 9 plus 36 minus 36. Right from the get-go, okay? Because again, these things right here are going to be your final steps. But anyway. All right, moving on. All right, let's plug it in. Oh, fractions. Love fractions from the best, right? Minus 5 times 3 plus 9 times 3 minus a negative 1/3. All right, so you're going to start with your parentheses. I was just here, if you know the distributed property, you see 3 and negative 1/3. You can get rid of that fraction real quick if you'd like, because I know a lot of people don't like working with fractions. But if not, maybe we'll do it both ways. Okay, so the first way would be to simplify this inside. So this is 3 plus 1/3 inside here. About 3 plus 1/3 is going to be, 3 and a third. And you end up multiplying that by 9. You can. I mean, there's no reason you can't. 9 times 3 is 27. And then 9 times the 1/3 is going to be 3, right? So that's going to be 30, right? But my suggestion here will be to use the distributive property. Okay, now you don't have to, but 9 times 3 is 27, plus the 1/3 is 3. So again, I would strongly suggest doing that. Just keep your life simple. Get rid of the fractions. Again, we always think of addition and subtraction as being easier, but the further you get into the math, you find that multiplication is a much easier operation than adding. So anyway, it's going to be 30, negative 7, minus 5, times 3, plus 27. I'm sorry, plus 3. Negative 5 times 3 is going to be minus 15. Negative 7 minus 15 is going to be negative 22. And negative 2 plus 30 is going to be 8. Okay, good. So like I said, you don't have to distribute there, but it would be in your best interest, I think, make your life a little bit easier. All right, order of operations. Okay, well, again, you could do the distributed property here first if you'd like, but let's kind of keep it simple. This is 45 divided by 3, and 6 minus 4 is going to be 2, okay? Now, again, if you were, like most people, you learn the PEMDAS, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. It's a word I'm not supposed to say anymore as a math teacher. I don't care. I'm still teaching it. You just got to remember that multiplication division is done from left to right. It's not multiplication first, then division. Okay, it's multiplication division from left to right. So this actually becomes 45 divided by 3 times 2. So 45 divided by 3 is going to be 15 times 2, which is 30. Okay. Again, had you done multiplication first and division second, 3 times 2 is 6, and 45 divided by 6 is definitely not 30. So again, I would be really careful with that. That's a common mistake that people make. They hear PEMDAS and they think multiplication division. Don't do that. All right. Sorry, coffee. All right. Again, exponents first, right? So 5, 7 squared is 49, plus 0 over 4, right? Well, 5 times 49 is what? 245, plus 0 over 4, okay? 0 over 4 is 0, so 245 plus 0 is 245 less than 2. Okay? All right, here, what are we doing first? We are minus sign. We're moving from left to right. Okay, so let's do division here. 45 divided by negative 9 is going to be negative 5 minus 21 divided by negative 7. Watch your signs. Again, if it helps you to make this a plus and negative, I know you like that, Dorothy, that's up to you. But again, regardless, negative 21 divided by negative 7 is going to be positive 3, so you make that an addition sign. And negative 5 plus 3 is going to be negative 2. we're doing exponents first. 4, watch this, is negative 2 squared, right? Again, same thing we said, this is negative 2 times negative 2, which is going to be positive 4 plus negative 6. Again, moving left to right, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 plus negative 6 is really 1 minus 6, which is negative 5. Alrighty, okay, we're going to do our exponents going left to right, but again, I'm going to do these again, we got to be more comfortable doing this. I'm going to do these at the same time and do them simultaneously, because again, they're separated by addition, right? And they both have multiplication next to them, so they're not going to be affected if I do these in the same step. So again, the more you do these, the more you get a little bit mature about, you know, taking on these problems. The more you can kind of do that. Okay, so 2 to the third power is not 6. Please don't write 6. Okay, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. Okay, and 4 squared is going to be 16. Right, 4 times 4 is 16. Right. And again, since these are separated by addition in the middle, I can go ahead and I can do the left side and I can do the right side. Okay. So 3 times 8 is going to be 24. 5 times 16 is going to be what, 80. Okay, and 24 plus 80 is going to be 104. So again, you see it right here down the middle. Kind of divides this problem into 2 separate halves, so you can treat those kind of 2 different entities as you do this. Okay, and last one, people, is it 4? Can't do my own handwriting. Looking at problems. It is 4. Okay, so. Morning, I'm making a video for Dorothy. You want to say hi?
Hi, Dorothy.
All right. Give me this real quick. You want to feel like you can. She can't see you, so you might want to say like hi. It's like Brianna.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Dorothy. It's Brianna. Good luck with your math class.
Okay. So we do the top and the bottom separate. Anything that's on a division bar, this is automatically in parentheses up here. Anything that's on the bottom is automatically in parentheses here. So you can do them separately. Also, since they're both in parentheses, we can't divide them until we're completely finished with doing this. So you can kind of do the top and the bottom at the same time. So on the top, first thing you're going to do is multiply, so that's going to be 15 plus 20 on the top. And on the bottom, 17 minus 12 is going to be 5. Okay, so again, you can do those at the same time because they're automatically inside parentheses. This is the equivalent of writing this. Okay, so again, everything on the top and on the bottom is automatically in parentheses, okay? So 15 plus 20 is going to be 35, and 35 divided by 5 is going to be 7. Cool? All right, I think that's it. So I hope this helps, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.